let's just say he does get traded. Where do you believe that he is going to go? I have, gentlemen, some options for you as well as betting odds.
Okay. You want me to just throw out teams that I think he could go to?
Washington Wizards.
Okay. Well, let's start with that then.
So the reason I say that is because that's where we got our last great trade from, and that was when we got Caron Butler and Brennan Haywood.
Oh, my God. That was so long ago. So there is a report out there that the Washington Wizards are interested and they are quote-unquote monitoring KP, which of course got people to foolishly start saying Bradley Beal. I mean, sure. If there's any universe, they can have whatever they want off of this team that's not Luka, and I'm in for that.
All right, I do want to bring this up just because I wanted to kind of go through this real quick discussion. Yesterday, Rick Carlisle says the best guy to have next to him, next to Luka, is a rugged defender that can shoot the three-pointer, correct? Like that's what we kept seeing yesterday. Which, in my mind, to add Kawhi, but to add to this team, I would say Marcus Morris more than anything else. He's a rugged defender that can shoot the three-pointer and doesn't have to be Kawhi. But Bradley Beal was a name we've been discussing for 2 years now, and then it became less of a reality as we went along here. He is a fantastic scorer. He is an elite scorer. Is he a good defender?
Yes.
His defense can be all over the place. There are times when I think he's one of the best defenders in the league, and there are other times when I think he's like, maybe not today.
I just wonder what the motivation is when you're on a team that never is above 500. I mean, I think that's sometimes tough for a guy to be like, hey, let me give my all on defense so we can go 40-42 this year.
Bad news for the Mavericks when it comes to Bradley Beal. If he were to get traded, they're tied for 7th on the list, so they're not really high.
I mean, I'll say it again, just so everybody understands listening out there. If Oklahoma City decided, hey, we want to go after this a little bit more, you can't use 37 picks. You can't even use your 17 first-round picks. It's impossible over that time to use that many picks because you'll have to release first-round picks off of your team.
Yes.
They could just offer 5 first-round picks and a few of their players that they have.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
absolutely.
How do we beat that?
No, we cannot. All right. Do you want...
Just believe.
Who do you think is the most likely team? We got the Wizards. They're actually 5th in the betting hierarchy if KP gets traded.
There's 2 teams that I look at that I think are possibilities, and that is Boston and Sacramento.
Sacramento, not in the top 6. Boston, number 1 on the board.
Nice.
I love this.
KP gets traded, the Boston Celtics are the top fit. From there, it goes Golden State, Oklahoma City, which I would assume would be that same logic for people. I want to stop people in their tracks before they're like, we're going to get Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I'm going to stop you right there. It'd probably be more the team that has all the draft picks trading some of them to the team that has none of the draft picks.
And maybe like Al Horford.
That's fine.
How many draft picks do you think we could collect for him?
In that scenario, it just matters how good the picks are. Like, are we getting they have so many picks. Are we getting the Clippers first round picks? Well, those are going to be picks 25 through 30.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be much of a good pick, but they have so many picks from so many different teams. You have to go, well, if we're going to get one of the picks that they got from the Houston Rockets, well, we might just get one pick. Right?
Okay.
We might just be like, you're just getting the Houston Rockets pick in 2023.
Okay. Cause in my thought there is, it's not about the pick. It's more about the next trade you make with that.
The assets, yeah. And then the other one in the top 5
Warriors.
is
Are the Warriors there?
He said 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
we went through this. So it goes Boston, Golden State, Oklahoma City, Orlando, and Washington. And Orlando is an interesting team because they have fully embraced the rebuild. And I'm not entirely sure because I'm guessing they want to keep people like RJ Hampton, so I'm not sure if you're going the...
What about Wendell Carter Jr. and Jonathan Isaac?
Yeah, I know people around here have been enamored with Mo Bamba. That would not be my preference, but...
Yeah, I think that the ones that they're focusing on are Isaac and Fultz. Markelle Fultz.
Oh, really?
I think those are the 2 guys that they're focusing their
Fultz is fascinating, and... Jonathan Isaac is somebody who I remember you go back a couple of years when he got drafted. I said, if you told me he was the best player out of this lottery, I would believe you. If you told me he was the worst player out of this lottery, I would also believe you because I saw him at, I believe, Florida State.
Yes.
And he showed those flashes where I was like, holy crap. And then you would watch the entirety of the game and you're like, oh, okay. So it's not always that level of sustained excellence.
The other one I wonder, and they weren't on the list, is you're hearing rumblings out of Cleveland. They do not like the kid
Colin
from Alabama,
Sexton?
Colin Sexton, because here's the thing. If we go to Donnie Nelson, and he talks about, hey, Luka, we hope that he kind of sets up his players a little bit more going forward. Colin Sexton, the reason they don't want him is because they're like, he has blinders on. And I was reading an article where the defensive players against Cleveland are like, why are you working so hard? You know he's not going to pass you the ball. Like, they even egg it on. So the players don't really love playing with Sexton because he is like, when I get it, I'm going to score. And there's certain roles for guys in the league like that. It's just, how much do you want to trade for a guy who is a 20-plus point scorer but can't really or look to